Bowser Jr., Bowser's eighth child, who is a teenage turtle soldier who wants to help the turtle tribe as much as he can. What? What'd I say? Oh, I said a lot of things wrong there? Well, I hate to break it to you, but if you're about to say something that immediately contradicts what I say, then I'm sorry to say, but whatever reasoning you have towards my recap of who Bowser Jr. is completely wrong. Everything that I said just now is correct about Bowser Jr. He is Bowser's eighth child. He is a teenager who is also a who also qualifies as a soldier, and he helps fight for the turtle tribe. Oh, you still don't believe what I say? Well, in that case, welcome to my video essay where I go over the many misunderstandings by the public of who Bowser Jr. actually is. So, yeah, anyways, let's get started. Okay, so to start off, I'm immediately going to reference the Super Mario Galaxy movie. When Bowser Jr. was revealed for the first time, the majority of the public didn't like his voice for some reason, because they say it's not faithful to the games because he's 6 years old or something. Well, I hate to break it to you guys, but Bowser Jr. is actually 13 years old. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, but there's no evidence of that. You know, he acts and looks more like a 6-year-old. No, let me explain. So, to start off, the age of 6 seems a bit too young for someone to be a soldier, right? Yeah. The age of 6, you wouldn't even qualify to become a fighter for something. You know, at the very least, you'd have to be at least 13 years old in order to do a bunch of stuff. At the age of 6, you wouldn't even be cognitive enough to do anything smart. Now, I'm going to immediately point towards Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which Bowser Jr. actually utilizes the Wonder abilities that are in each of the which he uses for each of his boss fights. Now, each fight is different. Now, a 6-year-old wouldn't think of doing that, right? Unless they're some kind of super genius at a very young age. But no. I think that Junior is actually a teenager, not just in the movie universe, but in the games as well. Because otherwise, if he was any younger than that, it wouldn't exactly make any sense. I hope I'm making sense of what I'm saying here. So, yeah. All right. So for my next bit here, I'm gonna reference a lot of notes that I've seen people tell me over on Discord. So I'm on a bunch of different Discord servers, and I asked this question on who everyone thinks Bowser Jr. is. And the most common response I've gotten is that he's a spoiled child. Now, when I heard this response multiple times, I was like, the fuck are you people talking about? Because they don't even know what the definition of a spoiled child is. Now, let me ask you. Before I go any further, I should probably define what a spoiled child is. So, a spoiled child, by definition, is is someone who has been pampered too much by their parents and don't really care about their parents all that much, because all they ever care about, because all that child ever cares about now is themselves. Now, let me ask you this. Does that sound something, does that define on who Bowser Jr. is? No, right? Because in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Bowser Jr. isn't fighting for himself. He isn't fighting the Mario Brothers or whoever you're playing as in that game. He isn't doing it just because he wants to for fun. He's not doing it because he doesn't care. He's doing it because he's fighting for the Turtle Tribe. He's fighting for his father, you know? That's not being a spoiled child. That's being a loyal child right there. So I should be hearing people say he's loyal, not spoiled. Okay. All right. So next up here, this is gonna be my last. This is gonna be the last bit for this essay, and that is the fact that people have been constantly telling me across not only YouTube here on YouTube but also on Discord, is the fact that Bowser Jr. is Bowser's only child. And oh my gosh. Yeah, I hate to say it, but that's not the case. Because if you read the instruction manual for Super Mario Bros. 3, you'll see that Bowser has 7 other kids. And those same kids are the ones that fight in Super Mario Bros. 3 and in Super Mario World. And after the events of Super Mario World, they were all supposed to die. You know, that's it. That was supposed to be the end of them. Because I feel like after Super Mario World, they were supposed to be dead. Because, you know, bringing them back multiple times like Bowser, it would have gotten repetitive. But now in the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Super Mario Bros. Wonder, that doesn't seem to be the case, seeing as they're alive again. Although I bet that content isn't even canon, so I'm not going to even think about it. Anyway, yeah, so that's the reason why I say Bowser Jr. is Bowser's 8th child, is because prior to Bowser Jr.'s creation, Bowser had 7 other kids. Although, of course, it's never explained on where they fucking came from. But I'm sure Nintendo will give us an explanation one day. Right? 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 Okay, oh yeah, and, I guess I should make, one more note here. Bowser Jr. Here's the thing. Bowser Jr. may sound a bit higher pitched in the game, while in the movie universe his voice has been pitched here. And I'm gonna say this right now. Teenagers, any type of teenager can sound different. Like, teenagers don't have to sound a specific way. They can have a high voice or they can have a low voice. But it's never it. But you shouldn't judge on how old a character is just because of the way they sound. Because characters can have like a really deep voice, but that same character can be a child. They just have a really deep voice. Or a character can have a really high childish voice, but they're actually an adult. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, next time you want to try and guess a character's age, don't base it off how a character looks or how they sound, but rather you should get your facts from, what their role is and what they do, their IQ, all that. So yeah, thanks for watching my little video essay on the many misunderstandings of Bowser Jr. Throughout among the public. Let me know if you want me to do any more future essays like this one. Go ahead and like this if you liked hearing my reasoning, and then subscribe if, of course, you want to hear me make more video essays like this one, or if you want me to, see any future content of mine. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for listening, everyone. Yeah.